Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We are in Shapes 2 challenge mode, the dimension update. And last episode, we left this guy filling up. We upgraded this operator 2 shape, and we're trying to get it to be a full 10 full cars worth going. And it looks like everything is stopped. Like here. These are all stopped. So that means they are all maxed out. We just need some of the green ones to come in. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, yay. Okay. With just one little delivery there from green. Excellent. So that is looking very good. And yeah, you know what? I think we can put this guy out of his misery. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn both of these on. Why not? We'll let them roll. So what I wanted to do is a couple of things. One thing is, well, the main thing is I wanted to start thinking about doing our crystal MAM. And last episode we tore out all of our task MAM. So what I want to do is I'm basically going to just take this mamma jamma here and use it sort of as the building blocks, right? But let's not worry about all of them. Let's just maybe copy one. How about that? How about that? So let's take this and let's shift flip it. And I'm gonna, let's try it. Keep it the same height. Why not? Oh no. Dog is in my lap and he just moved. So let's keep it the same height. I'm gonna move it a little bit closer. I think that'll be good. Now, what this is going to entail, though, is more than this, obviously. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need shapes to come in and go through crystal, through crystallizers. And I think we can probably do that at the very end. But what we need to do, too, is say, hey, if you need to go through a crystallizer, do it. Otherwise, don't. So I think we'll need some more room down here. The other thing we're going to need to do, of course, is we're going to need to create all new channels. And we're not going to do that this episode. We're going to need to create all new channels. And there's another thing that has to happen for this, which is, and I'm not sure exactly where to do this, but at some point we need to say, all right, let's look at this. We need to look at each different quadrant and say, hey, is this a crystal or is it not? Is it a crystal or is it a shape? If it's a crystal, then, doesn't need a shape. But if it is a crystal, then got to go through the crystallizer. And then also we need to know what color crystal. So here's a couple of things we need to keep in mind, a couple of sort of rules we're going to set up. That, by the way, the assumptions is what I mean. The assumptions did not work on this guy. Because our assumption was once we get to 2 layers, it's never going to go to 1, and et cetera, et cetera. So, excuse me, we're going to change that assumption. That we can go back and forth from multiple layers. Secondly, I'm going to make an assumption that if there's crystal on a layer, it's going to be that same color crystal throughout that whole layer. We have different color crystals on different layers, but within one layer, all the same. And we need to figure out, we need to also be able to do multi-layers. So to do that, we're going to have to go in a different order. On this one, this is actually the top layer up here. This is the second layer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the base, bottom. Okay. We're going to have to build the crystals in the other direction. We're going to have to start on the bottom and then build up to the top. And the reason for that, of course, is crystals and stacking, etc. So, if we have a 2-layer shape that has crystals, we need to get that bottom layer all done and crystallized, and then drop any shapes on top of it, and then run that whole thing through a second crystallizer. All right. So that's what we're going to have to do. We are working on this, and I think that what's going to happen next, after we're done with this, is that we're going to probably start a new run, and we're going to start with insane mode. And I might even modify it a little bit and make it cuckoo insane mode. I don't know. And we're just basically kind of writing things out until 1.0 drops. So 1.0 is supposed to come out in April next year of 26. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, if you're interested in seeing me play insane mode, please subscribe. Please at least toss in a like. For the next week, if you subscribe, it is completely free. And actually for the week after that and the week after that and every week, it's always free. It's free to subscribe is what I'm saying. So anyway, that would be wonderful. I still have a little bit of a cold, which is super duper fun. So I'm looking at all of this. And you know what we could do? Is we could have our crystallizer. So we can cut that off. So this goes through the crystallizer, and our crystallizers, I'm gonna not use our the one that we already have, I think. But it can come in here. You know what? I think maybe we do something like this. Gives us a little bit more room. And if it needs to be crystallized, if it doesn't need to be crystallized, it goes straight through. If it does need to be crystallized, it'll come down here and crystallize itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if we did this? What's that? 4, 5, 6. We kind of need 7, don't we? So my thought is, what if we brought in pre-mixed colors into this and let it do that? And then this will be our colors for shapes, which will get mixed on the fly. This is our shapes. And then, oh yeah, look at that. We could bring the pre-mixed colors up on this layer. That's kind of fun, huh? But that's only 6 inputs, which is not optimal. So in theory, we could do the 6 colors coming in here. And then, maybe an extra one coming up here, like maybe white is up here. All right, I'm going to have to figure that out. This is all just a planning session. This is not, we're not going to be doing a ton of building this episode. So, yeah, maybe we could do something like this, right? Unloader. And do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. and into there as an idea. That said, this could all be one scooch closer, couldn't it? Why not? Okay. Just an idea. And then what is going to happen is that here we're going to have wiring. You have to bring the proper colors in. Got this guy. Then bring the proper colors in and do the crystallizations needed. So what we would do is we would have one section where, you know, the crystallizing was happening. And again, we want to make sure that we're not we're jumping fluids as minimally as possible. And it is 6 of these for one belt and 3 of them for one pipe. So the fluid, that's the tricky part here, is the fluid needs to be doubled up. So I think what we will do for that is all of these are going to come in and go right into storage tanks, right? And just get stockpiled like crazy. Because that way, then we should have enough. Which is similar to our crystallizer that we currently use, that we have. So anyway, I think that's what we're gonna do. There's also some other tricky wiring that's going to happen down in our little wiring zone. Where's that? Down here. And we'll probably take all of these guys and put them over here for crystals. Okay. And get that going. So I think that's a good idea. Then we're going to build this at the lowest level. And then, so yeah, they'll probably be down here, and then we'll go up from there. So again, it'll be bottom up to the top layer eventually. Of course, when it starts off, they'll just be down here. But once it's 4 layer, then we'll have the same setup as over here, essentially, right? So after all of this, they're gonna come out here, and we'll do a little, do you need to, which do you need to just go into the vortex, or do you need to go and get another layer added to you? And if it needs another layer added, then we'll probably have a little stacker somewhere in between. We'll figure that out. So this is a little bit shorter episode. And all of this stuff is going to get cut and destroyed. But I'm going to leave it as is for now, because we don't need them. We don't need these guys going back and refilling. They're just going to all sit here. The shape cars and the color cars. That said, these, if we are doing a mixing, we'll need to build another depot. So this will be the depot for the shapes, colors, but we will create a whole different depot for the mixer, and that is going to be a mass mixing facility. We'll do somewhere else. So I think this is all wise and beautiful. I think I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, this is the first episode in a while that we haven't had one of these fill in. That's because it's a shorter one. But maybe you like shorter episodes. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. We'll get it going. I'm thankful very much for everyone who's taken the time to subscribe, and all of our commenters. Love it. Very thankful for that. And yeah, I think we're good to go. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Gramps, signing off.